Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. Now, where I am right now, I did some tweaking off stream yesterday. Still not fully finished. Started trying to figure out how I was going to make this an area of this cooling system. Looks kind of cool so far, but I think I need to do like a ramp up onto that, just a little bit of a bump up again over here. So this might be a structure redesigned, which is good because I can get myself a barricade like this piece over here if I have if I use the right pieces. But anyway, so yeah, this has all been going really nicely. I put this rail here for it to slide along, connecting it to the actual building. And yeah, set up another more light up here and some light cones to really make these look cool, like little spotlights. You know, you can see the dust. And yeah, there's a special effect that one of my viewers, Michael, suggested. Anyway, oh, my mic's over here. I just realized. Okay, well that's good because that means that I didn't sneeze directly into it. Anyway, yeah, a special effect here that would make smoke like it's getting ready to fire, like it's getting ready to like launch. You know, like it's always in a ready state. So that would mean that we've got that, and it's very nearly done over there. This one is, I was playing with a bunch of different options and stuff like that, so it kind of looks kind of messy. But right now, I think I'm going to go with this instead of these columns, because I realized with this one piece, I get a lot of detail out of it. Animating this one piece is going to be really simple. So I think it's pretty much a no-brainer that that's the one I'm going to use. And it gets this giant column, it gets some nice detail on the roof, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like I was trying to work out this and came to the conclusion that like this was me starting to detail out what I could put here to like make that look better. It was just a start, but then I realized now that yeah, my mic sounds far away or muffled. I wonder, was that before I moved it? I realized that yeah, I had it off on the left there, but it probably sounds a little better now. Let's reset this to live chat so I can see a little better, because it didn't send me your message until a second later, or a little bit later. Yeah, you fixed it. Okay, cool. This was in the middle of re-angling so that it would be. Well, first of all, I wanted to make room for this giant column, but also, secondly, because I realized that it'd be more interesting to be able to come up here and around. And to also immediately, you know, give you the option of ducking underneath here, if you need to. But it would be, and it puts some light on this, but some more dynamic lighting on everything. I think I like it a lot more this angle. Obviously, I need to fix this. I'm going to make the platform actually come out a little bit farther and go to the left there. So yeah. And then yeah. So this is going to be this is like I was saying. I really like these trusses here, or whatever you'd call these. Girders. Yo, hey Ocom, how's it going? I do need to fix the set playlist. I have not done that. Sorry, Ocom. I need to. I wonder if I can just add you as like a collaborator on it, and you can help me go through it. That way, we'd both have control of the music playlist, and we could fix it up. But yeah. Okay. So I just realized about it though, by the way, because I saw you come in. Been working on the Breakpoint remake quite a lot. Nice. I'm really excited about that one. How's it coming along? Let's see. I think I need to. So what I really need to do is delete what's inside of this. So I think I'm going to come over here and make that invisible. This piece, I don't know. I want this to be here, but I think I'm going to end up moving it down here on the side of the building. And make it protrude from there, because that would make it look a lot better with the new structure, I think. Oh, look, I got points. Look at that. How is the Breakpoint remake going? Feeling nice and strong? Because I haven't been able to watch your streams. I watched like I watched like 2 or 3 of them at the beginning, but I haven't watched like the last. How many have you done? Like 5, or like 2 weeks worth or so. I've been I was watching them at the beginning, but I kind of got lost behind. I got behind on them. Yeah. So I kind of need to check back in on your streams and see how it's going. Let's see. So if I do this, then I need to scale it up. Mainly because I just had a whole bunch of family stuff going on. Let's see. Let's see, still making slight I've got 3 variants, standard, heavies, and competitive. Still making slight sandbox updates, but we are mostly in the arting phase now. Got the winner of the Forge Hub 2v2 contest to do 90% of the arting, and he is great. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Are you gonna get Aaron to do the out of bounds arting? Because he does that. He does a really good job over there. Let's see. I think I need to make this flatter. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Oh, I'm going way underground. I can raise this up a lot to really get some detail out of this thing. Oh no. That's not. Oh, you can't undo scaling. Ag. Used to work. Don't know what they did. But now it doesn't work. Let's see. I did the initial pass of the skybox, and Quatsi offered to help with that if required. Awesome. That's really cool. Man. Okay. That's really cool, though. Can't wait to see it in a finished product, you know? I think I need a platform at the base for this thing. What do you guys think? Because this feels like it's just sticking right out of the ground in a really weird way. But yeah. Do you want to send some pictures so I can show it on stream? I can show like some screenshots, or if you don't have any ready, then that's cool too. But I can and I can maybe actually have you released any versions of it yet, like a work in progress version? Because that would be pretty dope to like boot it up and like walk around. These, by the way, I just literally copied that one over, and I'm probably gonna get rid of these completely. Find something better to fit there. I kind of liked them a while back, but not so much anymore. I probably have to delete that too. That was about figuring out the right angle for this thing, because these only do 90-degree angles, so I had to make some adjustments. But yeah. But this is gonna add a bunch of, like, you know, struts and, like, you know, girders, and this thing here will act like the you know, it looks like it's got a gear that maybe rides through that, and, like, you know, it's got all sorts of stuff on here that's like just perfect, just perfect. Let's see. Here we go. Let's snap this in over here. Okay, and then boom. And I have no idea what depth I put this at. I just sort of slapped it somewhere that felt right. Okay, look at that. So that angle there comes right down into that stripe there. So I can kind of go like this. Which stripe is it exactly? The very first one after that little plain area. So that would be what, there? Whoops, I right clicked, but yeah, there we go, I guess. That doesn't feel right. I think I accidentally right clicked too early. There we go. Let's see, okay. Which one is it? It goes into Oh, it goes into... right into it. Okay, I way overdid it. But I accidentally right-clicked in the middle of moving, so I kind of just lost my movement. There we go. In fact, this one could probably be adjusted to match. There we go. That way the stripe seems to go up over it. Okay, cool. That looks much better. And they are the correct distance apart. This roof will have some interesting geometry going on it, especially whenever it's down low. Whenever it has, you know, it's in the ground, it'll still be really cool looking. And, yeah. I think this is going well, because that is a bunch of pieces replaced with just the one. You know what I mean? Oh, wait. Huh. Apparently I still needed those other pieces. Poke out the side and make that, and cover up that edge. Actually, yeah, no, I think I do. So I think I need to actually put those back in on the opposite side, because I think I just deleted them all from the other side. I don't need these, but I do need this. Or this piece here that's sort of poking out of it. Otherwise, I don't have my, you know, the proper cover for this thing. Okay, well yeah, that's not too bad. I do need to put them back in over here now, though. Okay, and we need to replace this and these simple columns, which have been there for a long time. And actually, I did need to delete this too, because I'm going to be putting in a scaled-up version anyway, so it's not really all that useful to me right now. And I need to duplicate this, rotate it this way, bring it down to the correct height, snap it to here, and then now that I'm snapped to there, I need to center it and put it into position. I think that what I want to do is actually hide this so that I can do the exact same thing I did on the other one. Put it right there. Perfect. And now it's a matter of lining it up this way, which I did last time by eyeballing that piece into there, which is just about there already. Just by coincidence. Now I foolishly just, okay. If I go like this and open it up, yeah, now I'll be in the section that is these wreckage hulls. Right? No? No. I thought they'd be sorted together. Ooh. What was with the alarm going off? Okay. There it is. Boom. Okay, so now we've got that going. And that kind of actually provides a cool little, like, almost castle crenellation effect. It's way too low to be an actual crenellation. Ooh, you can walk right through that? Why is that the case? This is not even scaled. These are dynamic objects. This is sloped. Why is the collision box a slope here? That's so weird. Does that mean that if I stand like right here, I'm hovering off the ground? I can't even see my feet because I have my field of view at 90. Let's see. And these are all set to dynamic objects, right? Like I didn't do anything stupid here, did I? Nope. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. This thing did not mess up its rotation. It might have messed up its location, but oh my gosh, what is happening? Why won't it move inside there? Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is set to phased, and that one's set to phased, and that one's set to phased. Come on now. Try a little harder. Okay, well, we will snap it to this one then, and that will give me my height. But I really wanted to not just have the height, I wanted the height and the alignment. Okay, what if I turn it around? What if I come over here and turn it around? Would you say, hey, now we can play together? Nope, it's not working. Well, that works. Okay, that's fine. But I can't move it through it, because it's not accepting... Ugh. Also, I happen to know that these are not... The magnet points are not perfect on these, because I already did this. But why is this one not letting me... phased? Now let's see if that helps. Nope. It won't let me go through that piece. Why? I do not know. Whoops. Wrong direction. Wait. Oh, that's... Okay, I see. I was confused on what I was saying with those angles. Okay, way messed up my angle there. Okay. Turn on magnets. Let's try and get this thing to try and magnet right there, if I can. Come on now. There we go. It's trying, but that magnet point would put it inside of each other, and it won't. And this object is like broken. Ugh. Okay. I guess I've got to eyeball it in both directions because of a weird bug. That's super, super weird. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's just turn off magnets before it ends up breaking it. Ooh, no. What is it doing? Okay. Now what is it doing? It won't move up and down. Okay. I'm too close to it, apparently. Alright, this is all very frustrating. Let's try and get to a different angle. Nope. Let's try and switch to mouse and keyboard, please. Come on now. There we go. It still shifted it. Oh my god. And it's still doing it. It's doing it with my... Ugh. Despite switching to mouse and keyboard. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, now it's working. That just took a lot of finagling to get this thing to actually behave right. Okay, let's see. Need to go just down and up, just vertical movement. There we go. And then I need to come over here and do just X, just horizontal movement. Try and eyeball this to be right. I would say there, is that correct? Very close. Oh, I can do it from above. What am I doing? Of course, above is so much easier. Okay, this looks close enough. I'm pretty sure it's good. And now I can slide this over, and I gotta figure out exactly where to put it. It looks like I need a discernible spot. I can do like that kind of depth. That should be close enough to, should just not deleted it. Let's see. On which piece was it? That piece there. Actually, did I just get it? Let's see. Another option would be that thing, which I can look at over here. Ooh, way too fast. Okay, I'm a little bit closer to that over here, so. Yeah, I think you can go a little bit further back. Whoop, no, don't right click. I don't know why I'm doing that today. Okay, there we go. Now we've got one in position. Now I can snap another one to that underneath. I did not mess up the rotation, which is good. And now these have a weird way of aligning, because I have to do this like shroudy kind of thing where I have to encourage it to clip through in some areas and then not in other areas to get like to create an effect like that. And effectively it is just that it is like that and then like that, and it creates this sort of double shrouded kind of deal going on, but I need to make sure I get it the same as over here, which is slightly shorter on top than it is on bottom. There's no reason it needs to be slightly shorter on top, but it did look good, so. Actually, that's about it right there. I was about to start doing micro adjustments, and that's it. Okay, so now I just need to duplicate this, flip it around and snap it to here on the end piece. And this one should absolutely allow me to move it through everything else. And slide it this way. Nope, it's hitting something that is decided is, for some reason, has physics. And I think it's the same shroud. Well, the bottom one. Okay, that's really obnoxious. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I just realized this has all been dumb, and I could have done this earlier. So if you run into this problem, you can do this. Come over here, select, come into here, turn them both off, and I should be able to slide right through it now. Okay, cool. And then now, if my mouse will let me work, it should let me slide through that area. Whoops. There we go. Look at that. That would have been so much smarter to do earlier. Okay. So that is a way around that bug. I just had that barely touching right there, I believe, on the other side. Okay. Now I feel like I need to put something underneath this as part of the supports, because it's just hovering there and looks weird. But aside from putting like a box underneath there, it looks pretty good. And now I need to do the same thing over here. And this time it is more like a visual alignment, I think. I think I'm going to leave this column like this here because I like it being thin with the trusses and being slightly translucent. You can see through it and stuff like that. But putting this big ol', you know, chunky gear system might be... Well, actually, should I leave this thinner one there? Or keep this? Because, the thick one, I mean the, like if I, keep the small one in the front, but then have the big ones on the sides and in the back, it kind of looks a little good like that. Yeah, I might do that. That looks pretty good. I know there's a lot of stuff like this. It's really easy for me to spot things like this and just ignore their existence and look at only the parts that I'm trying to look at. And I think that might be an ADHD superpower, where I'm hyper focusing on the parts that I want to look at, so I end up seeing only the parts I want to look at. I do believe that that's looking pretty good so far. Okay. Now, I might need to make adjustments to them whenever we do the script where it lowers down into the ground at the beginning of the map, you know? When we put it down into the ground. I'm going to have to see in a match how this looks whenever it's like on this, and that might determine how tall these are. Because whenever this comes all the way to the ground, I might need to make it like no taller than like right here. Because then this like roof will go over the top of this and be like a nice setup. But yeah, until I can actually trigger that script, it's gonna remain how it is. And then we'll figure out if I need to make it shorter. Same thing applies over here, except for this is just going to be taller than this and like poking up over the top, so it'll still look pretty good. But yeah, I think that'll be good. I wanted to incorporate some yellow on this, by the way. Excuse me. But on these, I was messing around with them. I think there wasn't a good swatch to use for it, but let me double check, because the yellow on the moving parts is really cool. I like that. Okay, paint thick. This is green. This trim is gray, and then Unicy small. Oh yeah. This one might be the one that can be yellow. Let me see. Let me see what this looks like yellow. Oh yeah, that looks great. Yeah, we've got the yellow coming up through the as the moving part there. There's a warning. It lines up with these yellow lines here pretty well, like they're just slightly off to the side of it. And then when you've got this this whole yellow platform down here, yeah, I like this a lot. And it ties in with all my other structures really nicely, except of course the Oni one, which looks very different. Now, one thing I still wanted to do, and I was in the process of trying to figure out before, with the old setup, whenever I was trying to hide that where these two connect together and make it look a little better, before I found these pieces, I had the idea of putting an antenna on this roof, because this is the, like a GPS sort of coordinate. Radar ball would be nice. Let's see. Basically, the idea being, you know, they're using the Forerunner structure to create coordinate system based on the rest of the ring's hex structure, and that allows them to sort of, ooh, that's a terrible base. This one I think is just the radar, but it looks really cool. And I've used it before for another piece, so it actually creates some, like, cohesion across the map. I almost... Wait, let's go to world movement so we're not so jittery like that. That was so weird. I almost feel like it would be cool to, like, strap it onto this. I don't know, would that be crazy? I mean, I'm gonna, like, I would actually create, like a 3D model, like assemble some pieces or something that makes it look like it's actually strapped on. What do you think? What do you guys think? Is that crazy to, like, strap it to the actual like Forerunner piece, or should I just, like, put it down here and be like, nah, they can't really do that kind of alterations. They're barely able to figure these things out. Oop. That wasn't what I wanted. Okay, here we go. I was trying to go off world rotation, because I wanted to rotate it toward the arena. And then I'd, of course, have to put a base there of some kind. Oh, and it needs to be dynamic. Let's see. And I actually want to use this as something to do with some good cover. So I might leave it like this and just rearrange it later. Because what I'm thinking is... Okay, so basically, when you're up here, you have these towers in the middle for cover, you have this for cover, so there's a lot of interesting enough dynamic, you know, structures up here to utilize this area. Even whenever it's down and flat, it'll still be a pretty useful, cool area to be. In fact, it'll kind of be reminiscent of, what is that one map that's, it's in Halo 3, that has the satellite dishes and the I think it's no, not launch site. It's a missile silo thing. Where they have all these. They have the missiles launching from it. I forget what it's called, but basically it'll be a little reminiscent of the upper satellite dishes or launch site or whatever they're called. Let me figure out what this is called. What I'm talking about. Whoa, that was weird. Clicking away from Forge made my entire computer lag out or something. Let's see. Halo 3 maps. Let's just stick it over here, actually, and find out. What? No, category. Ah, what are you doing? Strategy wiki? That's interesting, but not what I'm looking for. Okay, which one was it? It is... Standoff. That's it. So in Standoff, let's see if they have some more pictures so I can point out where I'm talking about. They have these areas up on top of the bases, where they've got these little things coming out the ground, and then they've got this big old piece here. Basically, it's like a circle, it's like a ring of cover, and this is going to be a little reminiscent of that. Let's see if we have another angle of it. Well, there's the whole freaking map. But yeah, essentially, there's an overhead. Yeah, so they've got this, and then on the other side it's just a rocky terrain, and they put some crates and stuff up there that do basically the same job as those pieces to try and balance it. It doesn't really balance it, and it's kind of weird. But anyway, the point is, this area will be a little reminiscent of that whenever it's low, because it has those same kind of like pieces on 3 of the corners, and they're catty corner from the rest of the map. They're going this way, whereas the rest of the map is facing more like this. So they end up being sort of tilted like that. But like I was saying, I don't know where I'm going to end up putting this. I might like put it here or something like that, but I don't want to make it too... Like I could literally just put it here as cover, or put it here, and it would be a lot like the part on that one that kind of ropes up, slopes up, but then that gets rid of these towers as cover. You would never really use those because there'd be this other piece in the way. So I'm thinking, I am liking the idea maybe up here for now. I'm just going to leave it there, and whenever I get, Klen in here with scripting. Yeah, I keep on talking about when I'm going to do this and when I'm going to do that, and like with Okam who came in earlier, I was talking about, and I was saying about the soundtrack. I really want to get to that eventually, but I just haven't gotten to edit that. Okay, we've got the orange, which is this one. What am I coloring here? Is it just the struts? Alright, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. I kind of want this... Oh, in the middle. Oh, okay. I see. It's just, it's shiny. Off. There we go. There we go. I like that. With the gray around the outside and the green in the middle, and then the yellow pieces around there. Yeah, looks cool. I feel like this is the field-tested version where everything's painted yellow to warn people and stuff like that, because they're still trying to do... they probably have construction crew that like come on here sometimes that are just like, like fixing things and stuff like that if the Spartans break them. Almost forgot to put those back in. Let's see. Jeez, I need to really arrange this folder. Like, this is... It's getting real bad. Real bad. Okay. So this is what the structure looks like so far. And now we need to figure out how to do the interior. And the interior is going to be easier now because these are now flat walls instead of curved walls. That was the purpose of doing this. It also drastically reduced the number of dynamic objects I needed. I can now delete 1, 2, 3, 4 basically fewer pieces because the 5th one would be replaced by the new one. The other thing about it is, actually, I'm going to keep one of them just in case I want to use it later, because, and don't want to delete it just yet because it's already colored and textured and stuff like that. And especially right now with all of the weird bugs that are going on. Okay, so yeah, I think this is going well. I don't think this wall is going to be able to be here because, like, at least not that height. Ooh, low disk space. You're running out of space on this PC. Manage storage to view usage and free up some space. Yeah, I don't think I need to be reminded of that. I know how much space I have. I just created, like 50 gigabytes. But yeah. This piece was an attempt to bridge between those two, and what I realized after was that, like, I need to be able to walk around on the floor, on the ground floor. So unless I want a, if I want to come in, if I want this to be the door, I don't know why this is so high. If I wanted this to be the ground floor, like it ramps up onto the floor, right? Then that can't be there because that's really, in the way. So I'm thinking that instead of this, I'm going to do it more like, ooh, not that much. 15 degrees, and put it like this, and make this actually the wall that's underneath there. Angle it like that, something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, and it's just the right height for a first floor down here. This will be a very, like open strut, kind of like, pipes and all that kind of stuff building. So far, I do need to put in a floor. Let's slap in something for a floor first, sort of block out the floor, because I need to be able to walk around in there and look at what I've got. Let's see. Let's go to actually here, Halo design set. Where is it? Doorways and floors. We're gonna just slap in a nice little Ooh. It's almost the right size. We're just going to slap this in real quick. Get that angle, and this is going to be our little block out of the floor, of the interior floor. Which actually, you know what, I'm going to do it this way. Because I think that's actually how it's going to be in the end. Because it's got to go at the height of the doorway, which has a little ramp there. So, something roughly there. Yeah, it's about right over there. That'll work. This will work for now. This is what I'm looking at for interior. There would be these cool little strut pieces over here that you could actually jump onto. This wall probably will not be there, but yeah. We've got, and there would be a hole in the middle for that, you know, possibly some railing around it to really sell it as an idea. And what I was thinking is a grav lift back here, possibly built onto this thing or something to that effect. But maybe two. I could put one here. I could, like, you know, put some like framework around it. Put a grav lift right here that launches you up to the top floor. And then some instruments, some machinery, some other stuff. Maybe a second floor in the middle, like right where those pipes are, or right where that not pipes, those grooves are. I could put another floor there. And yeah, I like how the light is shining into this thing too. It's pretty freaking cool. Okay. So it's not exactly an interior floor, but yeah. And then I need to block it out a little more by creating another one. Let's just snap this onto this one and move it up to there. Good enough. Not quite, but good enough. No, I need to go a little higher. Had the start of a floor going at one point with that crisscross pattern piece in there. Okay. So this will roughly be where the floor actually is. How cool would it be if this introduced teleporters? I mean, it's tapping into the grid, right? Whoop. Sorry about that. The map needs teleporters. It's a big map. Like, it doesn't need them, but you kind of want them. How cool would it be if we emphasize the fact this is tapping into the Halo's actual, like, GPS coordinate grid system by putting teleporters in here that maybe don't turn on until this building goes active? That wouldn't be very well balanced. If that's the last one, if this is the last one that activates, then putting something like that where you can move that far, like all throughout the map really quickly, you know what I mean, really fast. I don't know if that would be very well balanced, unless, I mean, it's going to be an asymmetrical mode. So an asymmetrical Slayer mode would encourage players with teleporters, if it teleported them out and encouraged them to assault the enemy base would be on the defensive. It actually might work, because it would make this team feel like they can push harder, which means that team will be on the defensive the entire time and be able to utilize everything in their base more effectively, because they'll be surrounded, they'll be spawning in and grabbing stuff, you know what I mean? That's a good question, if that's a good idea. And if I do that, then I can put teleportation grid in there and make it to where you actually appear at these points, which would technically utilize, you know, I've already got the receivers here, so all I have to do is put a cinder that teleports you over here, and if I did that, then it would be, that would actually be pretty cool, and it would utilize these even during the Slayer portion of the match. And like if your opponent doesn't have that building, then teleporting in here is a death trap. So even if you did do that, you wouldn't have too much of an advantage unless they're equal to you, equally matched to you. Teleporting over here would be a little bit of a way of like flanking. Teleporting all the way over here would be pretty cool. No pun intended about ice. Yeah, so that seems like a cool idea to me. Yeah. I am liking this more and more, and it'll actually double up on the use of these teleporters that I put in here already. You know what I mean? Like that was a cool feature that tells a story, right? But this will be something else. This will be its own thing. This will be an actual mechanical use of this. Why did my music stop already? I don't understand that. So here's the question: where do I put them? I'm thinking that I put them around the central column. I was gonna put it like over there, all the grav lifts over there and stuff. But like, what if I put instead of just making a straight hole, right? What if I put it to where the floor has a bit of a catwalk out right here? That looks kind of cool. And since it can be a static object, it'll just be there. And what it would do is there would be a little. Here, I'll show you. I've got it blocked out a little bit, so let's go ahead and do what I'm wanting to do. Forerunner. I'm almost wondering if I should turn this into a Oni-looking building at this point, or like fill it with some Oni-looking equipment. So I don't want to use the three-pronged cinder. What I'm thinking about using is, where's that little plinth? Hex pillars, hub cover. Man, I like this one. I love this piece. Okay, let's see. Machinery cover, pedestal. This one. What if I put something like this here and I use this as a teleporter, right? Oh, that's not what I want. Put a little into the ground, not all the way. Boom. And I put a teleporter there, and it teleports you to one of those various places. And then what I do is I incorporate some pieces. Let's see, this would definitely have to be... Yeah, this roof would not cover it. It's not thick enough to completely conceal these ridges, right? So I would need to select this piece and actually make it a dynamic piece. Oh boy. Whenever you switch it to dynamic, does it only do that if you haven't edited its rotation yet? Anyway, boom, teleport. I don't know what I'm hitting. It's making me stop. That's weird. Can you not walk into these? Is there something... Will it let me if I go over there on foot? Here, let's just go all the way over there. Let's see. If I'm in the actual... Yeah, no, it doesn't. I thought you could... Wow, I did not know that. There's an invisible... It's like a simplified collision box there. That's really weird. It's not for grenades, it's just for players. Why is that like that? Anyway, if I put the radius of the teleporter anyway big enough, then it'll... As soon as you hit it, it'll work out just fine. It is weird, though. It's really weird. So anyway, yeah, put that there, right? And then I go in here and go to, where is it? There's like cables or whatever, wires. And I go with something like this, right? Let's go to 15 degrees. It's a little faster. And then I can put my wires like this. Ooh, that's not what I want. so that they look, they're nice, and let's see. I can make it touch the hex column, and then I can move this just a bit back and a bit up until the wires look like they're going into it. At that point, nope, that's too much. That looks pretty good. Will you notice that they're just hovering? Yes, you will. Well, I'll adjust that. Anyway, the point is something like this, where it's like it's plugged into the hex column and it's coming over. I could turn it around, make it go up into the hex column instead. But anyway. Or even what would be pretty cool is if I have the pit there, I could flip it over and make it go down and into the hex column. Like the hex column sort of like hovering to the point where you don't really ever know exactly where it is, so they have to have these cables are sort of dangling, so they have the ability to move up and down with the hex column. It won't probably hover in the script, but in the actual match. But unless OCOM can get that to can do something with that, but yeah. Anyway, the point is, if I have them like that, and I have them arrayed around the structure to that effect, like if I have a middle floor, I have one on the bottom floor, and maybe it goes to that one, so it's like the most deadly spot to be unless the enemy has an advantage, in which if they have this building up, then this is not so deadly to go to, and it's pretty effective. So it's not as useless. But if you want to go somewhere more like undercover before you go and attack the enemy, then you have to work for it, so you're gonna have to go up to like the second floor, where I could put one or two of them here. Also, it's similarly connected, and then another one on the top floor, wherever that one would be. And I'm thinking that the top floor one might be this one. Well, it depends on what I'm going to put into the middle for sandbox items, as far as like weapons are concerned. Whatever is the best place to go as far as like getting an advantage. Honestly, it might be the one that is on the hill, undercover, ready to attack the enemy base, including taking their teleporter tower. So this might be the one, and this tower might teleport best over to there. You know what I mean? So that might be the way to go. It'll really hammer home that this is like a teleportation grid. In which case, I might switch this to more of an Oni style structure, because like I was saying, you know, Oni is you know, they do the reverse engineering of Forerunner stuff, not really the UNSC, and then the way this is built also kind of feels very Oni, with its like angular staircase, giving them like almost like a castle defense sort of, you know, kill box right there. The way that they've got this set up, like it looks like an Oni, like the Oni cube building in ODST almost. So yeah, I could do this as an Oni building, I think. Let's try it. Let's test this out. Which would be over here. How did I set up my Oni building, actually? Let's, what was my choice of metals? Wait, are these still set as hexes? These still set as Forerunner textures, aren't they? Did I just leave these as Forerunner textures? No. Oh yeah, Forerunner metal simple. Weird. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, well, what's this one? I was using metal brushed for everything. Let's see. Metal brushed. Okay. Metal brushed. That's that one with... Is that the same color? That periwinkle, right. That is this one, actually. Yeah. Apparently it's the four. Maybe I did just set the color, but didn't change the fact that it was Forerunner metal. Yeah, this feels a little more human at this point. I did not set any of the dirt layers on a lot of this stuff, so like this should be covered in sand if it's going to be anything. it's gonna have any grime at all, I mean, it's, like I said, it's a Oni design, so should it even be dirty? Good question, but if it's gonna be dirty at all, it needs sand, so anyway, yeah, so if I wanted to make this be Oni style instead of UNSC, then I would go with that like futuristic looking metal style of color and everything else. Where's that periwinkle? There it is. Oh right, I gotta need to approximate it next to it and then go back to it, and then I need to go, I think it was 0.3 that's what I was setting it to. And I need to change this paint thick because this is a yellow paint otherwise. And I need to switch it to, what was it, metal brushed to make it match the other building. Something is off. Oh, it's not set to metallic. On. There we go. Now we've got this very metallic metal brushed look. Okay. Now I think that for Oni buildings, if they're going to have a moving part, it would be this really dark black. You know? So I feel like even if I do set, it's going to be like a all the way to black, on, they would be shiny black. So let's go with this shiny dark gray actually. Not quite pitch black. And then I don't like that yellow anymore. It looks really good with the UNSC green, but Oni doesn't care if you get hurt, so, you know, you're going to have to go to something else. Maybe this one should be the black one, and the other one should be the same periwinkle. Let's see. Whoops, right. I have to go to the... need to approximate it and then go in and go over to it with this weird bug. 0.3... and source value on. And now it should be looking... oh, right. It's still that trim small... UNSC trim small yellow. I need to go to UNSC trim. Is there UNSC trim small that's not yellow? Trim small A. Okay, so trim small metallic maybe? Oh, that looks really cool. Yeah, I like that. Does it look cool everywhere? It does look cool everywhere, but I don't like the color anymore. I think this one's going to be the black. Alright, I just forgot to approximate and then go correct. Let's see. Here, what? What the heck? No, go to the correct color. Go out, come back in, grab it, black. Oh, I see what's happening. It's not set to 1 anymore. Which means... there we go. Okay, so now that it's set to black, I think that this one needs to go to the periwinkle. What? How is that one affecting the same exact... ugh. There it goes. Now it's correctly hitting the right spot. Point 3. Okay, come on. Set your color correct, force on, and shine nicely. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Looks very Oni. I don't think this doorway is going to work here. Not this one. Like, maybe just this one being like this will work. That might work. Obviously being more, maybe more attached to this piece. Something like that. But we will see. You know what this kind of looks like? I need to pull up images of the... what level... what is it called? Some references that would be good would be... Oni base under sword base. Oni research site, I guess, really. Oni research... Let's see if we can get some images of that. I forget what it's called. It's probably got a... might have to call it Foreigner Research Site, but let's see. Oni Sword Base walkthrough. Halo Reach Oni Sword Base, no. Let's see. Oni Research Site. Halo Reach. Maybe that will get the correct one. There it is. This one. This one is very strut heavy, like Oni wasn't trying to keep up their facade. They had lots of glass panels because they were trying to heat an interior, and lots of struts and stuff like that. So this coloring, this might be what I really want to go for. There, look at that. They've got a radar. I might do that on the roof then. Maybe I should do both, the radar and then also the satellite dish. Maybe I could connect the satellite dish onto the radar, but then the radar wouldn't have a very good, you know, spread of its radiation. But let's see. But yeah, something like this might work. Sloped panels for the glass. I don't know that I can actually create that. But I wonder if Breakpoint was supposed to be something underground here, like the original layout for this base. Because it's also on a cliff, sloped glass panels in the buildings, and all this kind of stuff. It's very, very reminiscent. Anyway, let's see. I think that having these giant numbers on it would be kind of cool. I wonder if I can get numbers big enough and also be dynamic objects, but I don't know if I can. I need more pictures of this. Like, this is literally the only one. So it's called the package. I'll just go with screenshots of the package, Halo Reach. Look at that, immediately comes up with, you know, launch point, or breakpoint. As if they see the same thing I saw. It's all snowy and icy, like, it's like they went, well, no, let's redesign it. They redesigned it, and they went, okay, well, put it on top of a mountain, outside, you know, on a cliff ledge. You know what I mean? Okay. I want some up-close shots. It's very blue in there because of the atmosphere, and like Halo Reach has this thing where each mission has bloom, and the bloom changes the color, like shifts the color of the environment. And they actually didn't have that on PC, I mean on MCC for a little while, and they just added it recently. And it was, yeah, it threw a lot of people off. I need to, you know what, this is crazy. This is crazy. I need to go, let's see, all sizes. We're going to go extra large. Ecosia, by the way, they put their ad revenue toward planting trees, if anybody's wondering about that. Let's go to this one. It's not really that much larger than anything else, but let's see. I was hoping that this would come up with literally anything of the actual map that I wanted to look at, but it looks like it doesn't want to. Okay. Well, that's something. This is the concept art. Very cool. Yeah, they went with the green coloring on this concept art, but it's like a shades of green due to the coloring of the lights hitting the building. I'm about to boot up Master Chief Collection to look at it with all these bad screenshots. Let's see. Let me go to the package. Oh, let me do this. The package as a... Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Excellent. Hit the enter button. Search, please. There we go. Nope. Okay, we're going to do all. Let's see if we can get Halopedia, the package, campaign level, and see if there's screenshots of it here. Because is pretty crazy. Okay, there are some. Let's see down in the actual screenshot section. Is this a layout of the map? Really zoomed out, or is it the Forerunner structure? Yeah, that's the map. That's the actual arena that you play in. It's so zoomed out. Okay. So it's looking like it's just flat gray, I guess? With the lighting hue shift. Actually, these screenshots might have been taken before the hue shift was added, but they all do look a little bit blue shifted. So maybe it's got the thing. Okay. Well, this is pretty good. Yeah, it's just, they just did flat gray here. So when Oni's not trying, they just have a flat gray. Okay, well, I don't know. It's underground there. Maybe we are doing the right thing already with that, by having this sort of periwinkle effect on it. What I might do is, it's not the fancy administrative research building, so what we might do is make this part just gray and make that part the periwinkle part. Make it a lighter gray so it fits more Oni's almost silver. There we go. It's shiny. And then we have this sort of bluish effect here. Is it actually doing anything here to this blue? What do we have going on here? What texture? Trim small. Metallic. Oof, that might be a little too much. Why did that change the color of the metal brushed area? Instead of the actual texture. There we go. It's still not what we want, but boy, that's that's what I was trying to get to change. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it something like this. It's getting its periwinkle now. That other one that was like metallic or whatever, this one's just trim small, dark gray. Oh, trim small A. Right? Is this what we want? I can't tell if it's actually changing everything correctly, but... So now it's got that sort of purplish kind of effect, but it's actually maybe too high. What did I put to over here? I thought it was 0.3. It is 0.3. Okay. Maybe it's too high, maybe not. I don't know. But... 0.2, let's see, and then 0.3. Maybe that will affect it? No. It's just way too dark. Yeah, I think this trim is trim pipe. That looks weird. Trim pipes, metallic, trim generic metallic. I do like that for these struts, but I don't know if I like that for this. It loses its sort of like you know, gear line that it had. Maybe there's another one. You're gonna see generic trim edges gray. No. Trim edges. That's not bad. It's got these like little divots in it that look like somewhere where like something is gripping on the outside and on the inside. And whenever you go farther away, for some reason it's got them on both sides. Whoa, I don't know what's happening there. I did not mean to do that. It's like it's on both sides, and then it's only on one side. And then it's on both sides. It's very strange. But I do like these flat little repeating panels, so that looks very Oni. So I think this might be the one I keep. And those look like vents that are closed. I might go with this one. Yeah. Okay, anyway, we've been trying a lot of different things there. Let's go with this. Let's shift this color to more of our Oni setup elsewhere. Why is it only changing the same trim? There we go. So if this is going to be our periwinkle 0.3, And then force on shininess. What color are... Why is this so off in color? Oh, is it because of dirt layer? Do I have a lot of dirt on this thing? Whoop, did I... No, I passed it up. Okay, sand. That should be sand. Hard. Anyway, no, it's not the dirt layer. I don't know why it's all rusty. I guess this corrugated metal is just designed to look rusty. So, whenever you put 0.3... No? I don't know. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have... Yes, I do. That's what's going on. Boom. That should solve it. Let's see. Well, it's better. Yeah, I think this might be somewhere where I just do the flat gray. Instead of the... Which I did, like, just the pure white effect last time. What did it do? Okay. On. Same gray as over there. Oh, you know what else I need to do on these? They currently don't have sand as my dirt layer. Let's go do that real quick, my grime layer. That's making it look very different and very almost out of place. I was sort of hyper-focusing and not noticing that that was the case. Oh, those are scratch layers. Okay. Well, where is my dirt layer? Am I not getting any kind of sand on this at all? I know that my layers are not loading incorrectly right now because I'm not in an actual match, and the textures sometimes do that in Forge. But yeah, I don't think this thing has any kind of mapping for the grime layer or something. Which is... Oh wait, is that sand? That is sand. Look at that. Finally found it. So it was way too high before, to the point where I couldn't even tell that was sand. And that explains a lot. Let's see. Okay. So let's change all this. We'll change both these at the same time, even if I don't fully know if I intend to keep both of them. Oh, that's the end piece. Let's swatch 3. I need to go up from there. Paint. Let's go to the... Make this look like our Oni Periwinkle. 0.3 on. Is that the way I want to go, or do I want to go with the gray this time? Yeah, I'll go with the gray. I'll go with the pure silver. Force on, and 100% silver. It is still purple. There we go. Very shiny, silvery effect. Let's, while I've got them both selected, go down here to grime and change it to sand. I need to get better at aiming for that grime thing. I always pass it up like every single time. Okay, there we go. Now I have some sand effect there. Okay. Alright, there's not a specific place I have this located. I need to figure out where I'm going to put it, for real. And when I do, I need to set this one up the same. But yeah. Because I do think I am going to mirror this more like that. So that you can enter into the bottom floor. And down here will basically just be like a... I might even just put a column here and make it like an archway that way. Yeah, teleporter here, which will become active once you have the Oni, the main Oni research place set up to where you have both of them. Why is this purple so bright? Like, I keep on coming back to it and realizing it's way too bright. Or rather dark, I guess? I don't know. It's this, this trim. Yeah, it's getting darker and darker. I think it has something to do with this. Okay, here's what I need to do. Do no color. Find something that has an appropriate... That's not the one. Actually, trim concrete has decent setup. I don't hate that. But it's too light. Or it's too dark. Trim aluminum. Oh, that's nice. It's got the strut and everything. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do this one. Trim aluminum. Okay. And then we'll switch that to the periwinkle. And that should work great. It will work out just fine. There we go. So I'm basically setting up to where like the structural pieces like this, where this is black, is going to probably be the periwinkle, so that it looks like they made their struts out of this experimental metal that they had established for their other bases. Okay. Set that up, and then I've got to set this aluminum. You're going to see aluminum heavy dark right now. Aluminum heavy. Why did that go completely too dark? 0.3. Is that correct? I might do the brushed metal. This one has some added textures though, so that I kind of like. Do they have a light? Aluminum heavy 2. What's aluminum heavy 1 look like? And are those... Oh, on. There we go. Okay, those details are actually part of the piece. Okay, now it's actually showing up a little better. UNSC trim. I have a red trim there. And what just happened to it? Is it still... Oh, it actually took that change. Oh, I see. Is that right? Yeah, now it's not mixed anymore, but it's still too dark. For some reason it took that change and made it apply. Why is it so light? That looks really weird. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're going to keep going and try and figure out some more. Okay, so this is that... Oh wait, is this that piece? What am I looking at here? Why was it not... Okay. So this piece... is which one? Yeah. Wait. No, I'm very confused. I am extremely confused on what it's changing right now. I don't want a tarp. I want something more like metal brushed. There we go. Now it's turning black. And then I've got my red edge. Good. That looks better. Okay. Now what is my dirt layer on these while I have them selected? The grime is set to rust. That's not what I want. Oni bases don't rust. Huh. Oh, I went the wrong way, I think. Rust is... Did I skip sand? Wait, oh, yeah, it was right there. Okay, sand. There we go. We'll do 0.5 real quick to see how that cakes on there. Way too much. We'll go with 0.2. That is too much as well. Go to 0.1. There we go. Okay. Alright. So... I think it's looking good so far. Let's change these pieces, which are very, like, monumental looking pieces, so they're gonna feel very Oni. And this might be... Wait, what? What am I having... What do I have selected that wasn't quite right? There we go. Metal scratched, and... oh, that's the little tiny metal grab. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, this can stay red. That's the trim that tells you what base you're looking at. This is the one that needs to switch to the periwinkle. Do I have the wrong periwinkle selected on one of them? Because this is the right one, I think, but that would definitely explain why one of them over there was having so much trouble being the right shade. You're gonna see metal panel. That allowed it to be this sort of hexagonal effect, and I liked that a lot. Do they have a UNSC aluminum metal panel or anything like that? Metal panel aluminum, maybe? Because the aluminum definitely... Aluminum heavy, aluminum vending machine? What? That's weird. Okay, well we're gonna undo that. And I'm just about to get off, because I gotta get going. Let's see. Let's go to the... Yeah, I think it's that dark gray that I usually do. And then it is on for shininess. And if this one isn't shiny, which it probably is, we're gonna force it... Oh, force it on. It was forced off, I see. That was one of the reasons it was looking like the wrong color. It's still the wrong shade of the periwinkle, and I think I do need to go find an aluminum one, because this is... I like the paneling. It feels very Oni to be paneled like that, but UNSC metal panel is maybe metal panel gray. Actually, that might have worked. It's a little bit lighter. That might work just fine. Like, this is in shade, so it kind of would be a little darker than the rest. So I think that I'm not looking at a improperly lit one. I mean, a colored one. I think I'm looking at an improperly lit one. But yeah, this is of course a block out of the floor, so ignore that. Okay. And the final thing I need to really affect is the roof. I'm gonna go with a instead of this metal grating, we're gonna go with the brushed metal brushed, and we're gonna go with our periwinkle, and then we're gonna be done for today for now. Well, and then yeah, 0.3 and force on. And then we're gonna go down here to trim and set it to black. Oop. And then force on. Oop, come on now. Oh, come on now. There you go. Clearly I was picking the other black for... Why is it doing this? Come on now. Is it not? How did I set these so dark? UNSC trim, the darkest black, force on 100% intensity. Okay, why is it not? Let's see. We're gonna go in the same thing. UNSC trim, 100% black, like darkest black. Oh, now it's getting darker. There we go. I just had to deselect them and reselect them, I think. And then the edge is red. It's the team color. Which I think was this red that I was going with. And was I removing the shininess? Yes. It's supposed to look like a paint that was put over the, like a little bit of paint that was slapped on top of it, you know? So... off. That is not the right red. Might even be the darkest red. Okay. That is weird. Come on now. I have to deselect them all and reselect them again to make it work. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, okay. Looks pretty good. I'm liking it so far. I might change up how this column looks because it feels a little out of place now. Something about it is wrong. Yeah. It's looking like it's coming along much nicer than it used to look. And significantly fewer pieces than it used to look. Completely redesigned it to look, you know, Oni instead of UNSC, which is a very cool new direction, I think, for this piece. And UNSC metal dark. We need to move this to brushed metal, or metal brushed rather. So we'll take the correct shade. There we have it. Okay. I think I might need to get rid of these. This yellow needs to switch to team color, because that looks much better. There we go. Those bright orange floors are still now bothering me, but I think that's it. Now I just gotta sign out. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for today, and that looks really nice. I think we're doing a really good job there, in my opinion. It's still not done yet, so it looks a little iffy, but trust me, I'm pretty happy with what it looks like right now. Trust me, it's coming along, if you can't tell. But yeah, okay, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.